Hey guys, what's going on? Stevie Boy over here, and welcome to Stories from the Garage. It's Friday. What's happening in your world? It's another quarantine edition, and just another weekend in paradise, in quarantine paradise. What's happening in your world? How was your weekend? How was your week? Any plans for the weekend? Any activities that you can perform inside of the house? Practicing isolation, perhaps some meditation, perhaps some masturbation, perhaps some introspection. Whatever you do, just do it at home and just keep in mind that you're doing it not only for yourself, but you're also doing it for me. Not only for me, but for everybody else. So yeah. So today something very interesting happened actually in my city, the city where I'm living right now. And so it was really cool. Around 8 p.m. basically, people started to shout and to clap. And also they were basically, I guess they had some pots that they were basically banging on. It's basically a way in order to cheer the first responders, the doctors, the nurses, the people that are cleaning, whoever basically is performing any kind of service whatsoever in order to keep everybody else afloat, in order to maintain society alive and to keep us basically going forward, and I think it was a beautiful tribute. I hope we keep on doing this. I guess that people are coping basically what's going on in New York and also in Georgia and in Atlanta, in LA, San Francisco, where at 8 p.m. basically the entire city comes out and we just start clapping and just full of trying to transmit as much as we can our support to the people that are in the front lines right now. It's like they are our warriors now. Who would have thought the people that are fighting this war are the people that are wearing like white robes instead of wearing a camouflage. That's very impressive how the world has changed even in that way, how the latest war at least is being fought that way. And I'm super thankful to all these people, the doctors and nurses, whoever is out there basically helping out the people of the cleaning service, janitorial services, all these people that are basically also putting their lives at risk in order to keep us from getting healthy, or that are there in order to help us out get better if we are sick. So thank you so much to you guys. Like, the work that you guys are doing it's invaluable, and it's priceless to me. And thank you so much for that. Now let's move on and let's talk about what's happening in the world. So last night when I was reading the news, I came across this article, and you know how sometimes when you're bored and you just start just reading through everything like late at night. So I found this article in which a contestant in The Bachelor got helped out basically by the show in order to figure out his sexuality And I'm guessing, well, and it turns out that he's actually heterosexual. And honestly, I don't know what the hell was going on with him. I was more confused than anything else, because supposedly he's the bachelor, right? And you know what I mean? The fact that women are driving you crazy doesn't mean you're homosexual. It just means that our simple brains, like simple man brains, right, cannot understand the complexity of women, right? So the fact that women are driving you crazy doesn't make you gay. It just makes you a man. And because that's what men do. They go crazy about women, and they are driven to madness by women. So it's just how nature works, man. So I'm glad that The Bachelor basically ended up showing you that. And yeah, you're confusing insanity with sexuality. It's two different things, so don't worry about it. Yeah, no, I was like, Jesus Christ, man, like, what is going on here? The Bachelor, honestly, they should have a Bachelor that's a mixture of I wonder what a bisexual Bachelor would look like in terms of the TV show. I'm pretty sure that would be quite interesting, actually. You know what? I would never watch that show anyways. I'm not interested at all in the whole ordeal, because honestly, you're getting picked in order to choose either a guy or a girl to basically fuck them. Right? So they are basically making it easier for you. And if you're a bachelor and you're in The Bachelor, then honestly, all those dates are for free, man. So you got it done. You know what? Thank goodness I'm not single anymore. But if I were, I would probably sign up for that and take advantage of all those dates. I'll probably take them out to eat steak every night, man. I love a steak. And maybe some lasagna as well. Golly, who wouldn't want some pork ribs, huh? Or some deliciousness from all over the world, seriously. That's what I would do. I'll be like, all right. I wouldn't even ask the girl where we are going. I'll be like, all right, you know what? Today we are going here because I know that this place is awesome. I would be taking them always to some steak house. I'll be like, you know what? Today we eat steak. Yeah, and by the end of the show, I'll probably have my column basically of the size of a volcano. That's how big it would be, because how when you eat so much meat, basically your bowel expands a lot. And yeah, so if you're gonna eat a lot of meat, also make sure that you eat a lot of vegetables, and independent of whether you eat or not meat, please make sure to eat your vegetables, because that way you can keep your immune system healthy, which right now would actually be extremely useful given the current circumstances. If you guys have not heard about this, there's corona around in the house, so yeah, just pay attention for that and eat your vegetables and eat mushrooms. Mushrooms I believe they have zinc in them, so those ones are fantastic for your immune system. So make sure to chug along with them. And yeah, it's just stay healthy, keep thinking positive, about I know it's kind of hard right now to have a positive outlook, but man, you know what? It's hopefully you guys are listening to this and you find this guide helpful, and it brings you at least a little bit of joy, because I feel a lot of joy sharing my stories with you guys. All right, so what else is going on? What I've noticed actually is how much Bill Gates is on TV lately, and they are talking to him about pandemics, and it's very interesting actually how like the guy was able to predict that the next big issue, the next big problem that the world would actually be some pandemia, that we would have a pandemic that would basically be something hardcore, and that we should be prepared for that. And this came out in a TED talk he gave back in 2015, I think, which is impressive, for him to have that vision in order to basically see that far in the future and to be able to be like, hey man, like we need to prepare for this one. And yeah, it's like kudos for the man, seriously. Well, at the same time, you guys know what? Like, the reason why I think he's in all these shows and why he's so good with these pandemics and viruses is because he's been fighting viruses since 1995, / Windows 95, wink wink. That's the whole point. That's now I understand why he's been there all this time. It's like he's been fighting viruses ever since 1995 with Windows 95. So yeah, like if I were him, I would also be an expert in viruses. I would devote my entire career to that. Well, he devoted his entire career to that, so good for the man, Way to put your career in way to drive your career in that sense, to become not only an expert in viruses, but also in pandemics, so I wonder if they would actually be able to have a pandemic with computers, I wonder if that would be the next big thing. And honestly, if it is, quote me on this one, guys, because I want to be like him, I want to be able to be like, hey, like, you know what? This dude, baby boy, back when we had the last pandemic, he was able to predict that the next pandemic would be actually an informatic pandemic. Man, that would be amazing. I would feel like the Oracle, man. Come on. Just I can feel the future now. I feel it in my fingers right now. Yeah. Yeah. So good for him. Like, I would also be an expert in viruses. Had I been fighting them since 1995, sir. No, like, seriously, he's doing a great job. Like, thanks a lot for bringing all these things up, and you know what? Hopefully one day we'll have somebody that will listen to you before time, and then we can basically be prepared for whatever comes next. So please keep talking to your oracle, Mr. Bill Gates, in order to figure out what's the next big thing that would happen to us the next negative big thing that would happen to us. That'll be very much appreciated. And yeah, so another thing that I've noticed is that Sean Hannity, this guy, he's a moron. Like, honestly, like, this guy, he flips. He has been flipping so much, especially with this whole coronavirus thing, from calling it a hoax to calling it major disaster, going back and forth all the time, just following whatever Mr. Pumpkin's saying, right? It's kind of like, this guy, I'm starting to think that he's basically trying out for the U.S. Olympics national team. And we may actually be able to see him in 2021 because he flips he has flipped so many times, right? And he flips so much, and he's perfecting his flipping ability so much that he's actually becoming better than Simone Biles, I think. So Simone, please practice more because Sean Hannity is on the hand for your, I guess, captain position in the gymnastics team for Team USA. So keep an eye on Mr. Hannity. He may be after your job. He flips so much. Seriously, it's unbelievable. Like, this guy is he's a tool. He's a jerk. I really dislike the guy. He's a moron. And I don't think he's actually ever held a position, unless the position would be to be a racist. Like, this guy, he's just he's just an idiot, right? And as I can tell, he's also trying to be a gymnast, so yeah, good luck with that. He's like, every single time I see him on TV, basically my stomach hurts. He's basically a kick on the gonads, guys. So if you know him, you know what I'm talking about. Mr. Jerky Hannity. Yeah. And what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, well, shit, man. I wasted my money with this planner that I got for 2020. Fucking hell. Who would have thought that 2020 would become such a big mess? I mean, it's only been 3 months into 2020, And my planner is basically scrapped out all the way from March through, I don't know, June maybe, so there goes 3 months. I guess I can occupy that with meditation and just like nudity, see how much longer I can stay nude. Oh, by the way, I couldn't break my record. I did this week. I think I wore something for an hour and a half. So yeah. Well, there's always a next week. So yeah, I'll try to break if I can be like nude for, I don't know, if I can wear clothes basically for 45 minutes in the week, that's going to be a major victory for me. So yeah, I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. Yeah. And yeah, it's very freedom. This is America, pound, pound, right? That's how Danny Glover says it. Oh, who, by the way, I think he came out with an album now. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's really good. The guy is he's very talented. He has a lot of, like, the way he moves is amazing. Like, he dances really well, and honestly, This is America, pound, pound is really cool, actually. To me, it doesn't have any rhythm at all, that song, but the message it has is actually very, very strong. So yeah, and I don't know what's up with the next. I wonder what's in his new album, but I haven't listened to it yet. I'm sure it's good. I'll let you guys know probably on Monday. There you go. That's another plan that I could have for the weekend. Listen, try to find new music. I'm kind of playing the guitar too every once in a while. It's fun. Yeah, like I'm playing Nirvana, and yeah, I'm trying to come up with my own material as well. maybe one of these days I'll play something for you guys. So stay tuned. You may actually be able to listen to my concerto. Yeah, I'll be posting it on YouTube, and you guys will be able to hear my skills. Not, but anything, to bring a laughter to you guys. So yeah. And one last thing, and this is something that I really want to emphasize on. It's basically regarding the movie The Dark Knight Returns. I'm just starting to get realized of one thing. All this fucking time, I've been cheering for the wrong person. And the movie The Dark Knight Returns has basically opened my eyes. I can finally understand the whole situation. All this time, Bane was actually the hero in that movie. Here's why, if you want to know. Bane basically wanted for everybody to stay at home for our own safety. Smart guy. See, he was already thinking about the future. He wanted to cancel sport events, right? Because he knew that social distancing was very important already. And finally, on top of that, he basically... Oh, what else did he do? God damn it, is that all he did in that movie? I'm trying to remember what else he did. Well, independent of that, yeah, he basically wanted to keep people at home. He wanted for us to stay away from sporting events. And finally, he was actually trying to get rid of that motherfucking bat. You know, seriously, Jesus Christ, man. Who would have thought? And then Batman he's basically trying to get people to come out and all that. Is that because he wanted to give us coronavirus, you motherfucker? Oh, man, I cannot believe I've been rooting for the wrong person my entire life. You know, all this time I was such a big Batman fan. Man, you know what? My entire morale has been shadowed now by this whole mess of coronavirus. You know, like it's basically showing me who is the hero in every movie that I've watched regarding Batman. Yeah, so keep that in mind, guys. Next time you go to see any of the Batman movies, just remember that you have been cheering all the time for the villain, not for the hero. The hero turned out to be the guy you were rooting against. You know, it's kind of like whenever you're watching The Karate Kid and then you're rooting for Daniel LaRusso when you should be cheering for the other dude. You know, because Daniel LaRusso basically, he's a provocateur. You know, he's coming over, he's like trying to get in between someone's relationship, and then he tries to fight this other guy that's trying to save his relationship with his girlfriend. So yeah, keep in mind, like, Hollywood is nuts, man. It will show you I'll basically show you the complete opposite of what's out there. You know, like it's very messed up. So people in Hollywood, you should be ashamed of yourself, guys. Oh my Lord, seriously. I cannot believe I said that. Yeah. Well, you know what? I guess it's all this isolation that's making me go crazy. But at least I'm here still. Yeah. and I'm trying to cheer you guys up. So yeah, and what else? Trying to think what else I want to talk about to you guys today. Yeah, just please keep in mind, like, Bane was the hero. Oh my god, I cannot believe I just said that. Yeah. Anyways, so just like some final remarks. I know this has been another tough week for people that live basically in small apartments, or like people that are fighting the virus, or people that are basically have other types of illnesses that they are in a way getting relegated, putting into like a second, putting them as second priorities, not first priorities. You know, I really feel for you guys, and I want you to know that whatever is going on right now, we'll come through it, and it's only darkest before it's dawn. Just remember that, and the dawn is coming, and we just have to keep on fighting, keep on moving forward. We are together in this one. You know, we are one world. You know, this is our house, and we are not going to let any enemy, for how small or how big it could be, it will not defeat us. Like, we will prevail, and yeah, stay strong. You know, like, we have all these people out there, all these medics, all these paramedics, all these doctors, everybody out there that's really in the front lines. And so we have to stay at home, keeping the fort, basically, you know, keeping the stronghold and keeping the fort, you know, because like we are getting there. It's just like some more time. It's just a bit more time, you know, like it's like the way I'm trying to look at this is that it's one less day, you know, it's like, it's just one more day that we have prevailed, you know. And if we stay strong and we stay together in our fight, we'll be able to get our get that victory that we all deserve, you know. So stay strong. This is it's rough, but you know what, like I said, it's only darkest before it's dawn. And honestly, in order to appreciate a sunny day, you have to put up also with a cloudy, rainy day, you know. And if you like cloudy and rainy day, you have to put up also with the sunny days, you know. So just stay strong, guys. We got this. We're getting there. All right. I want to say that I love my family very much, and if you guys are listening, just keep that in mind. Stay at home. And to the rest of my listeners also, please stay at home. Do your part. Do your due diligence. If you have to go out, just make sure it's for a good cause. You know, it's either you have to do your grocery shopping, or you have to I don't know, like, just like, it's an emergency basically, right? Don't go out in order to have fun. Like, we will come to that point. That point's coming soon. So until that point comes, just stay the fuck at home. All right? Sounds good, guys. This was nice talking with you guys. And yep, we'll stay strong. Love you guys. Bye.